Hello friends, in this lecture we shall discuss eigenvalues and eigenfunctions, solution of homogeneous Fredholm integral equation of the second kind with separable or degenerate kernels. Now I will tell you eigenvalues and eigenfunctions. Consider the homogeneous Fredholm integral equation yx equal to lambda the integral from a to b kst yt dt. This equation is denoted by 1. Now the values of the parameter lambda for which this integral equation has a non-zero solution y is not equal to 0 are called eigenvalues of this integral equation. The values of the parameter lambda for which one has a non-zero solution y is not equal to 0 are called eigenvalues of 1 or of the kernel kxt, and every non-zero solution of this integral equation is called an eigenfunction corresponding to eigenvalues lambda. Every non-zero solution of 1 is called an eigenfunction corresponding to eigenvalue lambda. Now lambda is equal to 0 is not an eigenvalue. since for lambda equal to 0 yx equal to 0. Now if yx is an eigenfunction of 1, then c into yx, where c is an arbitrary constant. Is also an eigenfunction of given integral equation 1. Now the solution of homogeneous Fredholm integral equation of the second kind with separable or degenerate kernel. So consider homogeneous Fredholm integral equation of second kind. Yx equal to lambda, the integral from a to b kxt yt dt. This equation is denoted by 1. Since kxt is separable, so kxt is equal to the integral summation I equal to 1 to n f ix git. This equation is denoted by 2. Using 2 in 1, we get yx equal to lambda, the integral from a to b summation I equal to 1 to n f ix git, this yt dt, or yx equal to lambda summation I equal to 1 to n f ix, the integral from a to b git yt dt. Here interchanging the order of summation and integration, then we have this. This equation is denoted by 3. Now let the integral from a to b git yt dt equal to ci. This equation is denoted by 4. Now using 4 in 3, then 3 takes the form yx equal to lambda summation I equal to 1 to n ci fix. This equation is denoted by 5. Now here if we can determine ci, then y equal to this will be solution of given integral equation. So proceed to evaluate ci. Now multiplying both sides of 5, equation 5, g1x, g2x, g3x up to and so on gnx. Then we have and integrating from a to b. We have the integral from a to b g1x yx dx, this is equal to lambda summation I equal to 1 to n ci, the integral from a to b g1x fix, this is denoted by p1. A to b g2x yx dx equal to lambda summation I equal to 1 to n ci, the integral from a to b g2x fix here dx. This is denoted by p2. Continuing in this way, the integral from a to b gnx yx dx, this is equal to lambda summation I equal to 1 to n ci, the integral from a to b gnx fix dx, this is denoted by pn. Now let the integral a to b gjx fix dx equal to alpha ji, this is denoted by 6. Now here if we take j equal to 1, then we have this integral means alpha 1 I, and if we take j equal to 2, then we have this integral means alpha 2I. Now using 6 and 4 in P1, and equation 4 is the integral from a to b git yt dt equal to ci. If we take I equal to 1, then we have the integral from a to b g1 it yt dt equal to c1. The integral from a to b g1 y dx, and if we take I equal to 2, then we have the integral from a to b g2t yt dt equal to c2. So here we take c2 and so on. If we take in equation 4 I equal to n, then we have cn. Here if we take j equal to n, then we have the integral from a to b gnx fix dx means alpha n I. C1 equal to lambda summation I equal to 1 to n ci alpha 1I, or C1 equal to lambda C1 alpha 11 plus C2 alpha 12 plus up to and so on Cn alpha 1n, or here we can take common C1, so we have 1 minus lambda alpha 11 C1 minus lambda alpha 12 C2 minus up to and so on minus lambda alpha 1n Cn, this is equal to 0, and this equation is denoted by Q1. Similarly, P2, P3, P4 up to and so on Pn takes the form minus lambda alpha 21 C1 plus 1 minus lambda alpha 22 C2 minus up to and so on minus lambda alpha 2n Cn equal to 0, and this equation is denoted by Q2. Up to and so on minus lambda alpha n1 C1 minus lambda alpha n2 C2 minus up to and so on plus 1 minus lambda alpha nn Cn equal to 0, and this equation is denoted by Q1, Qn. Here we see that this is a system of homogeneous linear equations Q1, Q2, Q3 up to and so on Qn. Now, to determine C1, C2, C3 up to Cn, the determinant denoted by d lambda of this system is 1 minus lambda alpha 11 minus lambda alpha 12 up to and so on minus lambda alpha 1n up to and so on minus lambda alpha n1 minus lambda alpha n2 up to and so on 1 minus lambda alpha nn. This is equal to d lambda, and this is denoted by 7. Now here, if d lambda is not equal to 0, then the system of equations has only trivial solution, that is 0 solution, that is C1, C2, C3 up to Cn are equal to 0. So, the given integral equation 1 has only 0 solution or trivial solution y is equal to 0. Now, if d lambda equal to 0, then infinitely many solutions of the integral equation 1 exist. Now, those values of lambda for which d lambda equal to 0 are called the eigenvalues, and any non-trivial solution of 1 is called a corresponding eigenfunction of 1. Now the eigenvalues of given integral equation 1 are obtained by d lambda equal to 0. That is determinant of 1 minus lambda alpha 1 1 minus lambda alpha 1 2 up to and so on minus lambda alpha 1 n minus lambda alpha 2 1 1 minus lambda alpha 2 2 up to and so on minus lambda alpha n 1 minus lambda alpha n 2 up to and so on 1 minus lambda alpha n equal to 0. This is denoted by 8. Here we see that the equation 8 in lambda, the degree of this equation is m is less than or equal to n. So this implies if integral equation 1 has separable kernel, then the integral equation 1 has at most n eigenvalues. Now we will see an example. Solve the homogeneous Fredholm integral equation yx equal to lambda, the integral from 0 to 1 exponential of x exponential of t yt dt, or find the eigenvalues and eigenfunctions of the homogeneous integral equation yx equal to lambda, the integral 0 to 1 exponential of x exponential of t yt dt. Here the kernel kxt is separable kernel. Now solution. Given integral equation yx equal to lambda, the integral from 0 to 1 exponential of x exponential of t yt dt, this can be written as yx equal to lambda exponential of x, the integral 0 to 1 exponential of t yt dt. This is denoted by 1. Now let this integral 0 to 1 exponential of t yt dt equal to c. And this is denoted by 2. Now using 2 in 1 we get yx equal to lambda c exponential of x. This is denoted by 3. Also yt equal to lambda c exponential of t. This is denoted by 4. Now using 4 in 2 here. We get c is equal to the integral from 0 to 1 exponential of t lambda c exponential of t dt, or c equal to lambda c the integral from 0 to 1 exponential of 2t dt. This is equal to lambda c exponential of 2t by 2. Limit from 0 to 1. This is equal to lambda c by 2 e square minus 1. This implies here we can take common c, then we have c 1 minus lambda by 2 e square minus 1 equal to 0, and this equation is denoted by 5. Here if c equal to 0, then 3 implies yx equal to 0, that is 0 solution of 1. Now for non-zero solution, of given integral equation 1, c is not equal to 0, then equation 5 implies one minus lambda by 2 e square minus 1 equal to 0, or lambda equal to 2 upon e square minus 1. This is denoted by 6, which is an eigenvalue of the given integral equation. Now putting this value of lambda in equation 3, we get the corresponding eigenfunction. Yx equal to 2c by e square minus 1 exponential of x, or yx equal to exponential of x, where since 2c by e square minus 1 is constant, so this can take as 1. Thank you for your attention.